architect? It's a fantastic career. High demand, great pay, and incredibly challenging work. But I get asked all the time, how did you get here? Let me tell you, it wasn't a direct flight. It started way down at the help desk. Today, I'm sharing my exact career blueprint. The failures, the strategy, the wins. All right, quick challenge for you. Somewhere in this video, I hid Dash, my fiery wing husky. And he's not easy to find. Most people completely miss him. If you think you found him, drop the timestamp in the comments. Let's see who actually catches it. Good luck. You're gonna need it. My journey began in my senior year of college. I landed my first real IT job, help desk in an oil and gas company. It was an experience. I was the person resetting passwords and fixing printers. But I didn't see it as a dead end. It was my practical lab. I learned to install applications, troubleshooting Windows, even some basic Unix. I was building a foundation, even if it felt basic at the time. This is where I learned my first big lesson. You must take control of your own career. I looked at my daily tasks. I was installing apps. I was dealing with network printers. I was working on different operating systems. So I went to my manager and said, I'm doing a lot of networking and OS work. To be more effective, I really need some official training. They agreed. They paid for my operating system and networking classes. I was planning my next 2 career moves, and they were funding it, whether they knew it or not. I got that training, put those certifications on my resume, worked for about a year, and used that experience to land my next role. This next opportunity was a step up. Similar to help desk, sure, but now I wasn't just using software, I was building servers. I was opening up computers, installing memory. This was hand-on hardware, and this was incredibly valuable experience I also added to that growing resume. Around this time, I finally graduated with my BA in Management Information Systems. I leveraged my experience to land a new job with a major consulting company. I was in a computer lab, installing and packaging applications, and I didn't love it. I actually hated it. I was bored. I started questioning everything. Did I make a mistake? Is this what a degree was for? That's when I did something drastic. I didn't just look for another job. I looked at the market. I opened the newspaper, yes, a physical newspaper, and noticed Oracle DBA was everywhere. The demand was insane, and the money was, well, let's just say it was motivating. I decided right then, I wanted to be an Oracle DBA. But how do you become an Oracle DBA with zero experience? Simple. Networking. And this is my second key takeaway for you. Closed mouths don't get fed. I found out who the Oracle DBAs were in my company. I didn't send an email. I walked over and introduced myself. I told them, I love what you guys are doing. If an opening ever comes up, I'd jump at the chance. I didn't stop there. Every single morning, I'd stop by and just say, hello. I was nurturing a genuine relationship. But I needed more than just a friendly connection. I needed skills. In my current lab role, I noticed I was installing a lot of ODBC drivers for Oracle databases. Light bulb moment. I went to my current management again. Hey, I'm installing so many Oracle drivers. I think some formal Oracle training would really help me troubleshoot better. They agreed. And that's how I got my first official start with Oracle, paid for by a job I wanted to leave. And you know what happened? A position did open up. The senior DBA knew I was interested, knew my name, and knew I was learning. They asked if I was interested. I didn't hesitate. I jumped. This, to me, is when my actual career started.
The database is spiking, initiating containment protocols. Rerouting data flows. Stand by for stabilization. All systems green.
Everything before gave me the foundation, but this is where I found my passion. As an Oracle DBA, I learned, really learned, deep Unix OS work, complex scripting, how to handle, manage, and, most importantly, protect data. And then, the day. Production database down. Senior DBAs are panicking. The pressure is on. I was still new, but I had been doing intense research. I found the problem. I fixed it. I brought the production database back online. At that moment, I was a hero. That moment changed everything. A few months later, a consultant for IBM asked if I'd be interested. More money, travel, massive projects. I jumped again. IBM is where my career really took off. I became an Oracle Apps DBA. I worked with other databases such as SQL Server and DB2. I became a master of ERPs, massive enterprise resource planning migrations for eBusiness Suite, SAP, PeopleSoft, JD Edwards, projects that companies' entire operations depended on. I got to learn modules such as human resource, manufacturing, supply chain, and CRM, just to name a few. I like to say IBM catapulted my career, but that's not entirely true. I catapulted my own career. I chose where I wanted to go. I strategically moved into that position. I networked with everyone. And listen to this part. You have to put in the work. To perfect my skills, I would get to the office at 3 a.m. every single day, just to train and perfect my skill set before the world woke up. Other consulting companies started noticing my skills. Management consulting offers started coming in. I began leading teams, presenting to C-level executives, interfacing directly with clients. My career was accelerating. This led me directly to enterprise architecture. I was building private data centers from the ground up, doing massive migrations, presenting architectural blueprints, and building POCs, proofs of concept. And this is where I got my real introduction to the cloud. I moved into another major consulting role. At this point, I wasn't even actively looking. My LinkedIn profile was optimized, and recruiters were constant. It felt good. They'd look at my journey, and they'd point out my relentless growth. I was proud. This is where I evolved into a true cloud architect. Now, I perform massive cloud assessments and migrations for AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, and OCI. I interface with clients to uncover their challenges, design their solutions, write the statement of work, and pick the elite teams that will execute the plan. So, how can you replicate this? My journey teaches 5 powerful lessons. Never underestimate networking. Don't just work for a company, work within it. Your next opportunity could be one introduction away. Remember, closed mouths don't get fed. If you don't ask for training, a new role, or a challenge, you won't get it. You must speak up. Target consulting companies. These environments provide unmatched opportunities to learn multiple complex skills on just one project. The learning is accelerated. Take total control of your career path. Don't wait for your company to develop you. Have a 1-year, 2-year, 5-year plan, and get your current employer to pay for the skills that will get you to your next employer. Find your passion. Find that one thing you love to do. When you find your fire, you'll be willing to show up at 3 a.m. to perfect it. That passion is what drives real success. But I have one bonus tip for you. One that a lot of companies might not want you to hear. Your career is about you, not the company you are working for. When it comes to your career, you must be selfish. You must have an exit plan for every single job you are on. And that exit plan should always be developing your skills. Your skill set is your exit ramp. You must be flexible enough to go where the market is going. Companies have no allegiance to their employees. So your allegiance must be to yourself. My journey from the help desk to enterprise cloud architecture wasn't luck. It was a series of strategic moves, hard-earned lessons, and, most importantly, learning how to connect the dots between technical execution and business value. People often ask me, why is mastering a cloud assessment the fastest way to accelerate my career? It's simple. When you understand how to conduct a proper assessment and migration, you aren't just moving data. You are learning how to analyze dozens of different business use cases simultaneously. When you can articulate why a specific architecture saves money, how to oversee a vendor, and where the migration risks live, you stop being just a technician. You become an invaluable asset to the C-suite. You become the person who speaks the language of the boardroom. That is exactly why I've packaged my 25 years of IT experience and 15 years in the cloud space into one comprehensive resource. The Executive Blueprint, Cloud Assessment and Migration Strategy, Cost Control, and Vendor Oversight for IT leaders, architects, and executives. This isn't just a course. It's the exact framework I use for my own high-level consulting. It covers cloud migration strategies, rigorous cost control, and the vendor oversight secrets that IT leaders and architects need to lead with total confidence. I'm giving you the shortcut I didn't have at the help desk. You don't have to wait 25 years to master these use cases. You can start leading these conversations today. Check the link in the description to grab the Executive Blueprint and start your transition from not just an help desk to architect, but a strategic leader. Now, before I go, I want to hear from you. Where are you in your journey right now? Are you at the beginning, just trying to break into your first IT job? Or are you already in IT, grinding hard and ready to jump to that next level? Drop it in the comments. Tell me exactly where you are, and tell me what kind of content you need to move your career forward. I am here for all of it. And hey, real quick, did you catch my fiery Siberian Husky flying through that whole video? That character is actually based on my real dog. I have a brown and white Siberian Husky named Dash, a white Siberian Husky named Darius, and a blue heeler named Diamond. Yes, 3 dogs. Yes, they run the house. No, I am not sorry about it. I took Dash's picture and turned him into that anime legend you just saw flying through data centers and breaking through Oracle signs. Not bad for a dog who spends most of his day on the couch. You just watched a help desk tech become an Oracle DBA, become a cloud solution architect. Nobody gave me a shortcut. Nobody handed me a blueprint. I had to build it, step by step, level by level. And that is exactly what we do here. Think you found Dash? I'll reveal it in the next video. Because how we do one thing is how we do everything. We modernize without compromise. See you in the next one.